Hello and welcome back to week 2 of Reflections. Starting off, what a great start to the second week. I am absolutely buzzing. Oh, what a great start. What, just honestly, I think it's classed as to think already we've had 2 weeks at college. Like, my mind is like, ugh. Like, honestly, I can't get over it. I seriously can't get over it. I'm just like, oh my god, this has gone so quick. So, here's where we start off. So, next week, I am just, I think next week we're purely just looking at our songs and stuff like that. But to be honest with you, I think it's been a really, really, really great week. So, Stevie. First, starting off with Stevie on Monday. I think it was a really good start to a lesson. I managed to do stuff I did not think I could do. I've noticed something as well. So over lockdown, I think where I personally just didn't have the motivation to do all my stretches and stuff, I realised how much I have lost in my flexibility. So that's a weakness, but as a strength, I feel like as I'm doing more and more and more, like in Haley's, we're doing stretches. In Carly's, we're doing stretches and just working on our jaws and our mouths and stuff like that. And I think just in Haley's ones as well, and Stevie's as well, like we're just working on pure stretches. Like we're trying to get our bodies built for the work we want to provide. Like that, there you go. So literally, there was times where it's like we had to keep a straight posture and just keep all our muscles in our body tense at once. And I was like, my back's going, my back's going, my back's going. Stop! Stevie comes behind me. Lewis, do it properly. I'm like, I'm trying. But yeah, I feel like with Stevie, I feel where she's so quick and sharp, and when she says things, she's really motivating. Like, and another thing I want to say to all the teachers that put on the warm-up songs, I'm like, you know what, you've got this covered, girl. You've got this. You know what I mean? Like, they have an amazing like load of music they play in our warm-ups. Like every time that me and a group of friends were like, this is it, the warm-up started already, I'm ready to go, because they always put on such motivating, pumping music, you know, whether that be slow, whether it be fast, you're just ready to go. And the one thing I'm really, really enjoying is we've started doing like a bit of yoga, type of yoga, like warm-ups and stuff, and meditation before we do things like singing, before we do stretches, before we do intense dances and stuff like that. And I'm really, really liking that. Not just because of that, but I feel like it actually makes me, let me just put this where it falls over. It makes me feel calmer as a person. Like it makes me feel really just like, yeah, this is helping. You know what I mean? It makes me feel just like, okay, I'm actually relaxed now. I feel great. You know what I mean? I just feel really, really good. I'm just figuring out the focus here because it's not looking good. There we go. So that's just one thing. The strengths is just like the music. It just powers me up, and you know, just it gives me motivation to do these stretches. It powers me. I'm like, when I'm hearing a certain lyric, it's like, come on, I have a dream. When I'm hearing Martin Luther King in my ear saying, you know, and I know who Martin Luther King is, he put every single bit of power and strength he had into getting equality and stuff like that. I'm like, I have the power and strength to do this, get every single tension in my bone, in my body, just equal, like make it all do the same work at once. Like I have that strength in me. A weakness, ballet. Straight away, ballet. I'm really struggling with ballet, but I'm still putting in such efforts. I need to put in a bit more. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not putting as much effort in with ballet as I should do, so I'm gonna work on that a lot more. But I'm not enjoying it, but I am enjoying it. You know, I think it's just because it's like completely brand new to me, and I am a heavy set person, so I've just got to learn to cope and learn to get used to it, if you know what I mean. I think the problem is that it's another weakness. I feel like I've still got lockdown memory, where it's like, oh god, oh god, oh god, like, you know what I mean, where it's like you just can't be bothered. So it's just that is fighting with I can be bothered. So they're like two little, like the devil on the shoulder and the angel on the shoulder, like that, fighting each other. They get in my head like, don't do it, don't do it, do it, do it, do it, like, you know what I mean. And I feel like it's just like, oh, I can fight it, I can do it, oh, you know what I mean. Another thing is, back at it again, tapping, loving the taps. But God, my mind, when I have to process like just the little moves. It's like 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 2 2 2. I feel like, God, my mind processed these patterns. A weakness is tapping, and it's something I've realised now a lot, and a couple of the people have realised. When we are practicing tapping, when everyone's doing it, you can't hear the taps of your own shoes. When you do it by yourself, you can hear. When everyone else is like, you can't hear nothing. So I just need to kind of focus more when I'm doing it, so I know that I can hear myself. Because when I can't hear them, like now, I know it's doing that pattern, but it's like, it sounds completely different. Now I heard 1 2 3 4. Here I was like 1 2 1 2 1 2. So it's like I need to focus more when I'm doing the patterns, because otherwise I won't get too confused. But yes, I'm absolutely loving tap. Strength with tap. I feel like I'm very powerful with the tap shoes. Like I can bang him on the floor, stand myself out. I think also my spatial awareness is really good when it comes to tap as well, because one thing I see when people learn tap, it's like their spatial awareness kind of like drops in the halfway over the room. It's still something I need to work on, so that can also be a little tinge of a weakness, but yeah, I feel like I'm doing really, really good at it, and I'm really enjoying it. I love tap. I said to Sam, I said, like, I want to come out of here river dancing. So if we could start learning river dancing, that is one thing I really, really want to do. Because then I can invite my granddad around, and he will love, Irish descent, of course, he will love to see me tap dancing. It will literally make his day completely. Because I've always said to him, I'm going to learn to tap dance. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to send it to the family in Ireland, aren't I? I'm going to do it. And he's like, when are you doing the tap dance, Lewis? What's going on? I'm like, I will eventually. But now that I've even got the tap shoes, I can learn it at home as well. So it also, say we go back into another lockdown. This here is another opportunity for me to practice. I can literally make my own ballet bar. You know, it won't be hard, you know. I've got tap shoes to practice on. I've got tiles in the back garden to practice on. You know, I've got scripts and monologues to learn. So realistically, if we do go back into a second lockdown, your boy's prepared. Covering on, it's hard now because we've got less days during the week. I keep thinking, so Thursday we did this. So when it comes to singing, oh God, I'm loving the singing. I really am loving the singing. I'm discovering sounds I did not know my voice could do. Like, I actually didn't know how higher I could go. And also Carly had recommended this app to us as well, which I think is a huge strength to us as a thing. Because I feel like it's helping me discover my voice a lot more than I personally could. You know, like it's coming up with things like D3, E4, like and stuff. I'm like, God, this is stuff I couldn't figure out. I mean, if someone told me your voice is D5, I wouldn't know. But the fact this app here helps me, it's called Warble, and I really would recommend it to anyone else. It really is a strength. It really is helping, and I find it really, really, really does help as well. And I think what else this app does do is it has a selection of songs and stuff like that that shows you which you should be able to do with that tone in your voice. So it shows you what you are actually capable of, and I think that is actually really, really huge for something to actually show you that you are capable of. You know, because for someone that says to themselves, you can't do this, you can't do that all the time, and it really makes them feel down, this app that's recommended to me by Carly really does show me that I am capable of this. And I've got a whole massive list of hundreds of songs, thousands, that shows me that I am capable of doing it. So that's also a plus. A weakness when it comes to singing, once again, same as last week, my posture is just like, I need to keep my posture straight. You know what I mean? I need to just like keep that posture straight. I mean, it's a bit hard not being straight to keep a straight posture, but I think it's just where I'm very like fidgety and stuff. I mean, that's not my Asperger's. It's like I'm just very fidgety and I can't seem to stand still. It is quite hard. So what I usually do is I usually do like soldier things. So I warm up for me standing still, which has really helped. Usually I just imagine I'm like a Queen's Guard. I just stand there for 5 minutes and try and practice to standing still. Usually I do that a lot. But it does help. It really, really does help. But yeah, going in now, clocking into Thursday. Well, Thursday, straight away, good lesson. It's quite nice actually because we all gave each other a bit of worded advice. Like everyone in the class, we got to say what we liked about each other and stuff like that. But sadly, I would say mine, but we didn't actually quite finish. We only got to a certain level, so we're going to continue that next week, I think. So yeah, so we're probably going to continue that next lesson, but it was quite nicer because we got to show and just tell people how much we appreciate them and what we think about them. So it's quite nice to learn what other people in the class think about you, and stuff like that. But as a next level thing, how can I explain this? So when it comes to writing and stuff like that, it's not my strong point when I'm doing writing. I can write a book, I can write a script and a story, but when it comes to actually doing coursework writing, I'm like, oh god, here we go. So it's just like, it is a struggle, and that is a weakness. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know how to use my words properly and stuff like that, so it is really a struggle. But majority of the week I've just been learning my song. I've also been buying costume for my audition, because another thing I've discovered, which is a strength of mine, is that when I'm in my costume and I'm in that zone and I'm with my props, I'm like, boom, I'm 100% in that character. I would rather 100% be in the character than only 90% be in the character, because then it gives me an overall full... I mean, I get it. Imagination's key. You can imagine you're in there. But it's just when I feel the clothes, when I've got the cigar... spoilers, and stuff like that, I just feel so much more into it. Another thing Carly's done for us is she has also given us a selection of songs, which is very, very, very helpful. A selection of songs that will help us gauge our minds and stuff like that, and will help us basically find ourselves. You know, she's given us songs that hopefully we will love and stuff like that. And I've got a few. One of my songs I'm quite like is Mr. Cellophane from Chicago, and it's actually sung by, who's it sung by? Because I know his name, John C. Reilly. That's it. And I feel like another thing I've done, because I've played it, I've actually mastered a few characters that John C. Reilly has done, so it was almost kind of a coincidence, because I make my own Laurel and Hardy films and stuff like that, and obviously John C. Reilly played Laurel and Hardy, so it's almost like a connection in a way. Like, can I master John C. Reilly? And I really do like the song, Mr. Cellophane, as well, and I love Chicago, and I think that song really does fit my purpose. But now, the moment you've all been waiting for. What am I doing for my musical number? Are you ready? Push, 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 push. This is what I'm doing. Only Fools and Horses, the musical. Alexa, volume 1. That's quite sad. Alexa, volume 1. There we go. So, I am doing Only Fools and Horses, the musical, Hooky Street. Drop my necklace on the floor, that ain't quite good. Probably because I didn't put it on properly. But I'm doing Only Fools and Horses, the musical, Hooky Street, for my grand musical number and my contemporary. And I'm really, really looking forward to it, because it's always been a character I've loved to play. And when they brought out the musical, instantly I was like, oh my god. Like, this character is what I've been born to play. You know what I mean? And I absolutely love Only Fools and Horses. I've grown up watching it. I'm pretty sure when I first came out of St Helier, when I was born, the first thing on the TV was either EastEnders or Only Fools and Horses. It's always been in my life, and it's one of my favourite TV shows in the world. And just being able to play this with the full costume, the glam, the props, the song, it's magical. I was so lucky to go and see it before lockdown happened, and I was like, oh my god, it just proves anyone can play this character if they put their mind to it, and I'm really, really looking forward to. So this is the biggest strength so far, me getting to play my idol character on British television, Del Boy. You know, it makes sense. Pucker love, you know what I mean? I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. So this is what I'm going to spend most of my time doing now, is practicing the hell out of this musical number. Before the audition comes around, I'm going to be so ready. You haven't seen nothing yet, Escott. Del Boy's coming. And I think what makes it even better is that everyone knows Only Fools and Horses. Everyone knows Del Boy, everyone knows the British sitcom, and it's like, I feel like when people are actually going to discover it, you know, when people's parents are going to be watching the live stream and they're going to be like, oh my god, who the hell was doing Only Fools and Horses? I feel like it's going to stand out. I think it's really going to stand out compared to many others, and that ain't me rubbing it in. That's me saying I feel like people are going to discover the musical version of one of the sitcoms that they've always watched. I think it's going to be fantastic. You know, many people are doing Dear Evan Hansen, doing Chicago. Some people are doing like other things like Sound of Music and Annie and all sorts, and you know, The Plant of Horrors, I think it's called. You know, and I feel like when they hear Only Fools and Horses coming on, only the Cockney one in the class could do the British sitcom. You know what I mean? And I think it's something that I'm just really looking forward to doing. If we had a chance to do a musical, I would say Only Fools and Horses musical, and I'm sorry, but I would rock Del Boy, and I can't wait for it. A weakness right now is most likely just I haven't got everything ready, but a strength is that I am ready, and I'm ready to take this to the next level. Let's go.